Hello, my name is Michelle.
And my name is Joshua.
And you're listening to
Shivers in the Shadows.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back to our 5th episode.
It is a paranormal episode. She has a story or an event that took place. Paranormal event that took place.
Several events.
Okay. A series of events that I have no idea
and
about.
Continue to happen, apparently.
What?
Yep. Yeah. It's a really interesting place. Not events, but a place that I really want to visit someday.
You want to visit?
Oh, hell yeah. Just wait till I get into this. But I hope everyone is doing their Christmas shopping, hopefully listening to us while you're driving from store to store.
Driving, getting groceries maybe.
Groceries, Christmas presents.
Groceries, maybe, you'll file your taxes while listening to us.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
All of the above.
So what do you plan on doing in the month of December? Thinking about my taxes.
Yeah.
What about Christmas? Nah.
Taxes.
Taxes. Gotta pay them taxes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're the one who said you wanted to visit this location.
Dude, wait till I get, this is so freaking interesting, okay?
All right. Just don't get crazy on me doing my taxes. Right.
Oh my God. You're so young.
What? I'm only 13 and a half. All right, let's get into the story already.
Okay. This is about the Crescent Hotel in Arkansas.
Okay.
And the area where it's located is in Eureka Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go way back from before the hotel was even built, okay?
Okay.
It was originally found by American Indians. And they discovered that the land was healing.
The land was healing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's an old legend about a Sioux princess. I don't know how to say that. I should have looked it up.
Yeah.
The Sioux. Is it Sioux?
That sounds like so. Let's go with so for now.
Okay. She was blind after having ailment with her eyes.
Okay.
And she went to the Basin Spring.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't called the Basin Spring at that point. But she found a spring. She went and she washed her eyes in it, and her eyesight came back, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
interesting.
Legend has. Mm-hmm. So word spread, and American Indians from different tribes all came to this spring and just took part of the healing powers it gave.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. And it became a sacred site because of this. There was no war was allowed on that site. Because it became sacred. Yes. So all these tribes were coming together to take part in the healing of the Basin Spring. And they were not allowed to.
Wow, that is
fight.
Lovely.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
Word went around to Dr. Alva Jackson. He was the first white settler to go there.
Okay.
And he heard of the legend, and he brought his son to the spring to cure his eye ailment. And apparently it cured him as well.
It cured... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so far as this is all legend, right?
So Dr. Alva Jackson, it was a real...
That's a real person.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And he started a business selling Dr. Jackson's eye water.
Took the water from the spring and looked to sell it.
Yes. And started selling it, of course.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the American Indians were like, hey, let's just all share. And then Dr. Jackson's like, this is water. I must sell it.
Exactly. How do I get rich off this?
Right. How can I make some money?
Exactly.
At this point, only the locals knew of the healing waters until Dr. Jackson brought his friend, Judge J.B. Saunders, to the Basin Spring because he had a skin disease that caused inflammation, and he also got cured, apparently.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, these are real people, but how can we legitimately know for sure that these things actually happen? There's,
Exactly.
So the judge started spreading word of the powers of the Basin Spring.
Yeah.
And people just started coming, and then it was thousands of people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It seemed like overnight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then on July 4th, 1879, Eureka Springs was founded.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And
I'm beyond curious. I want to look this place up right now. Well, like it seems like you already did that, but
Yes,
so I'll
I
let
did.
you do the talk.
And it's actually quite beautiful. I got this information originally from my husband. He's familiar with the hotel, and I actually ended up discovering a lot more information than he even knows.
Right.
But if you look up Eureka Springs, it's actually very beautiful, and the hotel itself is very beautiful. It's huge, and it's on a mountain, which I'm going to tell you all about.
We're going to put this in the Instagram for sure.
Yes, definitely.
When this episode comes out, if you're listening to this, our Instagram post will be of the Eureka Strings. Like,
yes,
go ahead
you'll
and check
see.
it out.
I'm going to post
At
several pictures.
Shivers in the Shadows on Instagram.
Yeah, so enjoy those pictures, and like I said, I can't wait to see it in person.
Are you actually planning, like, you want to go?
No, for sure.
Okay.
Like for sure.
All right. Let's hear it.
My husband and I have been talking about what we want to do for our 1 year anniversary, and maybe this might be one of those things.
Okay.
It's his hometown anyway, not Eureka Springs, but Arkansas.
Are you going to start a water selling business?
Of course.
Oh my God. Okay.
No, actually, the Basin Spring is now part of a park, and of course, I wondered to myself, is that really the Basin Spring? You know how it is. Like people.
Oh, I see.
Are they really gonna just make it out to the public like that? Maybe the real one is hidden somewhere.
True.
Because let me tell you, Eureka Springs actually ended up growing very quickly, and most of the people that lived there were the wealthy people.
Interesting.
So they flocked to the area, and they wanted the powers of the magic spring. You know, and by 1880, which is what, 1 year, 2,000 homes were built, and over 15,000 people were living there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So popularity grew because not only you have a spring that cures all kinds of ailments, but the area is beautiful.
Right. Wait, what time was this? What year?
This was 1880.
1880. Okay.
It was founded in 1879, and then by 1880 there was 15,000 people living
Interesting.
there. So in 1886 is when the Crescent Hotel was built on top of the Crescent Mountain. It was built by 18-inch thick limestone, and it's believed that the limestone releases electromagnetic and psychic energies.
What?
I didn't look too much
crazy.
into that, but it'd be kind of cool if it does. I don't know.
Right. It's believed to be built that way.
It's believed.
Okay.
Yes, it's believed.
Well, you can't really like statistically say, yep, that actually does have psychic energy.
Right.
But like if you go there in person, maybe you feel something.
Maybe,
So,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. While it was being built, it was built between 1884 to 1886. An Irish stonemason that was part of the group that was building the hotel, he fell to his death. So this is the first death in the area. Yeah. And where he fell to his death is now room 218 in the hotel.
Interesting.
Yes. And there is ghost activities in that room. There's a ghost that they call Michael.
A ghost they name that?
Yes, they name him Michael.
Oh, man.
And that entity has actually been classified as a poltergeist.
What?
Because of the activity that's happened in that room. Some of the things that has happened, wait till you hear this, like doors opening and closing by themselves. They slam shut. And then when you go to try to open it, it won't open. Hands.
What?
Coming out of a mirror.
Okay, you kind of lost me on this one.
Why?
Because
that is crazy.
Yeah, that is terrifying, right? But are you good? Did you say like had like a seizure?
I'm just trying to get comfortable.
The hands coming out of the mirrors made you like start bouncing around. I don't know what she's talking about getting comfortable. She literally did a backflip.
Oh my god, dude! If only I was that flexible to be able to do something like that.
So I'm gonna say this actually looking at my reflection here. Hands coming out of the mirrors.
Dude, it is possible.
Okay.
Why are you so skeptical about it?
I'm just because like I would believe door slamming. Everyone's experienced some type of night room, but
not everyone. I have never experienced a door.
Everyone and their grandma has experienced a door slamming.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I don't know what kind of freaky world you're living.
I personally am someone
That's
that
why
finds
he's been classified a poltergeist. Joshua, have you not read these stories where people get scratches and bruises?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
you're with
from
me.
poltergeists because they're strong, dark entities.
And trust me, I'm actually like, if there's been anything that's terrifying to me, it has been like stuff happening with mirrors and like your reflection, like having something different about it. Maybe you smile, it's a little delayed. Stuff like that.
Whoa,
that's just creepy. But a hand coming out is something that's just personally hard for me to wrap my head around, but I'm not going to interrupt it. I want to hear more.
Okay. And cries of a man falling from the ceiling.
How did he get pushed, or like
It just says
when he was making it, or he fell?
It's weird because one of the articles says plunged,
Ooh,
which makes me feel like
pushed
did he
on purpose.
Did he do this to himself, or was it an accidental fall?
I see.
Yeah, and I tried to find more information on him, like a name or details, but it was such a long time ago. I guess they didn't keep documentation on those kinds of events. And actually, right after that happened, all of those wealthy people, they did not really care about the matter, and all they wanted was the hotel to be built. And as soon as it was built, they had a huge VIP event with all of the wealthy people there. Like nothing had happened. Nobody lost their life there, you know?
And
so
were these wealthy people, like you say there was like stonemasons or anything like that?
Yeah, they're the ones that built
They're
hotel.
the ones that built it. Were they related at all to wealthy people? Were any of these stonemasons the wealthy people? I'm just curious. My own little personal theory. I'm so sorry. I just got distracted about this story because I just did my own digging regarding the masons that built it, right? And immediately as soon as you said that, I thought to myself, Freemasons. Because the Freemasons are the oldest fraternity. They're always mysterious because of their saying is literally hear, see, don't speak, or don't tell. And their whole thing is like enlightenment and like magic. You have people like George Washington was a Freemason. Like they're basically an organization, the oldest fraternity, right? And as soon as you said Irish Freemason, right, I thought to myself like, or not, you didn't say Irish Freemason, you said Irish Stonemason. They were stonemasons. I immediately like curious, gears turning, and I just searched up right now, Eureka Springs Freemasons. And I actually just found that in 1881, they built the Masonic Basin Lodge, which is not long after
it was right before the Crescent Hotel.
It was before the hotel?
Yeah,
1881?
The Crescent Hotel was built in 1886.
1886. Interesting. So if there's some type of like correlation there, that would be incredible. I just think.
Where is that located?
The Masonic Basin Lodge is in Eureka Springs. It was organized in 1881.
Oh, wow.
It's located in a brick building off of East Mountain. This is another place you can visit. Yeah, no, that's cool. Like if there's some type of correlation there, but
correlation in what way you
between
think?
the Freemasons and why were they interested in this area? And there was a stonemason that died there. Was he correlated to it? Like, what do they know regarding the area? You did some hours of research. These people,
but I know
were
nothing.
there before
I didn't
it
look
was
up
built,
the
hotel.
Freemasons.
So the Freemasons, yeah. If you're curious and you want to go down like a loophole about like the history of people like George Washington or other Freemasons, there's still something that happens today though. Like you can see Masonic lodges. There's one actually that we pass sometime whenever we go past where we used to live. But enough about the Freemasons. It's just a cool personal theory that I just kind of like saw some validation towards.
That's really interesting.
But please continue with what you were saying.
Okay. All right. So the hotel has a dining room called the Crystal Dining Room.
Okay.
Where many employees have seen a ghost in a Victorian dress. And one year they had a grand Christmas tree in the dining room with lots of presents beneath it. And one morning they go into the dining room and they find that the huge grand Christmas tree and all of the presents were moved from one end of the room to the other end. And all of the chairs from the dining room were put in a circle around the Christmas tree facing the Christmas tree.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that just...
a circle around the Christmas tree?
Yes.
That's
facing the Christmas tree.
Interesting. I'm just... another correlation to the Freemasons is that they actually do have this correlation with the moon that they do in their like rituals where they do like walk in a circle.
What?
So I just... I thought that would be interesting to mention.
What? Mind blown right now.
Their ceremonies, yeah. They walk in circles. And their ceremonies.
That's like so interesting. Like I'm getting like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
I know.
These are things that you know that I didn't even discover in my research.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like speak here, do not tell. Or, I'm sorry. See here, do not tell. They don't speak about what they do in their organization. It's like not known knowledge, really.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the Fight Club.
Yeah, exactly. First rule of Freemasonry. Like, don't talk about being a Freemason.
Okay. Another thing.
It's like Fight Club.
So, Another thing that happened in the
Right.
dining room is the
Right.
menus that were placed on the tables were scattered all over the dining room,
Whoa.
but nothing else. Everything else was in place. Like another time, a waitress looked in the mirror in the room, I guess checking her makeup.
Yeah.
She saw a man and a woman dressed in Victorian clothing facing each other like in a wedding.
Okay.
The groom turned his face and made eye contact with her, with the waitress.
Yeah.
And then the couple faded away.
Whoa.
Yeah, she quit shortly after that. That
That's
waitress did.
wild.
Yeah, I know.
Especially the quitting part, because that seems like that is, again, something that's verifiable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just finding all the documentation. Just
Right.
makes it very
Or
difficult.
going to the hotel and actually talking to the people who experienced
Well,
it.
actually, there is a cook that I will talk about later
Yeah.
that still works there.
I see.
That yeah,
Still works there?
Mhm.
Okay.
He's been there for a long time.
Wow.
He's got a few stories too that
Okay.
I'm going to talk about later. There's an apparition of a man dressed in Victorian clothing also.
Apparition's such a interesting word to use, like a figure.
Yeah, because I don't want to say entity or ghost.
Right.
You know, it's an apparition's just
It's still undefinable, which is really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
He stands near a table,
Mm-hmm.
near a specific table in the dining room, and he says, "I saw the most beautiful woman here last night, and I'm waiting for her to return."
Wow.
And then he vanishes.
That's weird.
I know, right? Many guests have said they've seen apparitions in Victorian ball attire dancing around the room in the middle of the night when the room is closed and dark.
I am loving how these experiences all seem to be jovial. Like, they don't necessarily seem to be bad.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. And there's tour guides that take you around there, and one of the tour guides, she mentions how they're just mischievous
Interesting.
with the things that they do. They're not harmful or in anything like that, you know? In 1902, the Frisco Railroad rented the hotel,
Okay.
but they had to close after 5 years due to slow business.
Okay.
And then in 1908, it became the Crescent College.
The Crescent College.
The Crescent College and
Whoa.
Conservatory for Young Women.
Do you remember what I said that the Freemasons, like, why they walk in a circle?
No.
The moon?
Yeah.
The moon crescent?
Oh, it's called the Crescent Hotel. Whoa.
I'm just saying, like,
What? Dude. Holy shitballs.
that's cool.
It keeps coming back around to this.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about these Freemasons.
I will
man.
tell you more.
Oh
Like,
my goodness. Okay, let's get on with this story right now,
Yeah.
though. Because I'm pretty sure you can go on for a while.
a little bit.
A little bit.
Little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, so I just looked into like the Freemason moon stuff because I'm more curious about the moon and symbolism. And if you search up the Masonic moon, you will actually see that it is a crescent moon.
What?
And I'm going to go ahead and read what it says here. The moon is a prominent symbol in Freemasonry and can be seen in Masonic prints and banners dating back to the 18th century. And it goes on to talk about how the moon was mentioned in the rituals that they did.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, like the moon and the sun do have like symbolism.
With Freemasonry?
Not just Freemasonry specifically. And on the topic of like alchemical philosophy, it's like a mouthful a little bit, but
Yeah.
I won't go into that.
Okay,
that's my
like
interest.
a whole nother
We're talking
conversation.
about the paranormal stuff. So,
One of your many interests.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. I know a lot about a lot, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Know a lot about a lot.
Okay. That is so interesting, though.
Mhm.
Crescent Hotel
If-
and Freemasonry is a crescent moon.
Please like
The-
continue to like look for symbolism as you're reading and like we'll point it out.
Yes. Well, you do that for me
Oh,
because
okay,
apparently
right.
you're doing really well at keeping everything really connected.
Thank you.
Okay. The college offered a comprehensive curriculum
Okay.
to young women,
Right.
and it gave them exceptional educational opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So they, and during this time period, like it was really unheard of for women to be pursuing their futures.
Valid.
And it really succeeded. It gained a really reputable reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And women from all over the country started to go there
Okay.
because of its reputation. But unfortunately, the Great Depression happened and they had to close.
I see.
Yeah. So,
Dang. But it gave a lot of opportunity though.
yes.
That's cool.
But death number 2 happened during that time.
Death number 2.
Yes. A woman fell from one of the windows and died.
Fell.
Mm-hmm. People are
Interesting.
always seeming to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's odd.
The former mayor,
Mm-hmm.
Claude Fuller,
Okay.
of that time, and the current mayor, Albert G. Ingalls purchased the hotel in 1925.
All right.
And in 1934, they sold it to a man named Norman Baker.
Norman Baker.
This guy makes the hotel extremely interesting. He bought the building and named it the Baker Cancer Center.
Okay.
Yes. He claimed to be a licensed physician, and he in reality had no medical knowledge whatsoever.
Okay.
He examined people in the basement. He claimed to have the cure for cancer, and he would charge families extravagant amounts of money because, of course, these were all wealthy people. No, not all, but the majority of people, they were wealthy.
Was there any type of like hidden, did he hide it, or was it like he broadcasted it?
Broadcast what?
That he had the cure?
No, he broadcast it.
Okay.
On the radio, flyers. I'm actually going to post some images of flyers that he made.
Okay.
Along with his picture. He took millions of dollars from these people.
Wow.
In that time. And a lot of people, he'd take their life savings because these are people that are dying from cancer. So yes, they're willing to give their life savings for this cure, you know. His so-called cure was a concoction of water from the springs, watermelon seeds, clover, corn silk. I had to look up what corn silk was. It's actually used for chest pain.
Interesting.
High blood pressure and preventing a group of eye disorders that can lead to vision loss, like glaucoma and things like that. Yeah.
Going back to the eyes.
Yeah, I know, right? Seems to be a lot of eye issues. Anyway,
don't make me start looking at the correlation between the eyes and the moon. The eyes and the moon. I'm gonna like. Well,
in the Freemasonry image, the
moon
has
eyes.
Yeah, but anyway.
Right.
Anyway, it also had carbolic acid,
right,
which is a liquid that destroys bacteria, and it's used for cleaning injuries or surfaces to prevent disease.
Okay.
So it seems to me like that is something that should not be ingested.
Yeah, it's a cleaner.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he put that into his concoction along with a bunch of opiates, which helped with the pain.
Of the cleaner?
No.
Oh, okay.
Of their illness.
Oh, right. Because I imagine.
After they drink this, it gave them the illusion that it was helping them because, hey, the pain is gone for a few moments. Like, oh, wow, this is actually helping me, you know?
Yeah.
And he would sometimes inject this concoction into their skulls.
What?
Yes, into a hole in their skulls.
What the?
Yes.
Do you know where in the skull?
I don't know specifically where.
Okay.
But he made a hole and then injected it. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It makes me extremely curious. Like, if it was the same spot every time.
I don't know.
Where would he do it?
I don't know. But
what does the brain have to do with?
He was just experimenting. There's more. He's not done.
Okay.
This guy's not done. Okay. Sometimes there were patients that were truly suffering, like in a lot of pain, and he would hide them in a separate area, secluded, that he called the psychiatric ward.
Okay.
He didn't want them out for other patients who are not as bad, or people who are coming in looking about the place to see if this is the place that I want to go to.
They reacted bad?
Well, they were suffering severely from their illness, and his concoction was not helping them in any way.
Right. And
so,
was it only brain victims that went to the psychiatric ward or no?
No, cancer.
Okay, right.
Yeah, cancer of any parts of the body.
No, I mean like as in the people that he injected in the head, are they the ones that
I didn't get any details about how those people reacted to his concoction. Okay. Yeah.
I see, cuz like it's kind of sounds like
I think he just experimented on they would ingest it in any way, like maybe they'd drink it, or he'd inject it. Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a lobotomy though.
No, because he never removed any parts of the brain. He just injected this concoction into his head. Yeah. He did organ transplants on these people. Not all of them, but some of them. Mm-hmm. This was a procedure that during that time was hardly known or used. Okay.
Organ transplants?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. And this is by someone who has no medical knowledge whatsoever. Wow. Yes. He would send letters to the patient's relatives asking for more money. Mm-hmm. He would send them in the patient's names, pretending to be the patient, okay? Asking the family for more money.
What?
Yeah. Sometimes the patients were already dead, and he would mail letters to those families asking them for more money, and he would send evidence to them, telling them, the cure is working, but I need more money because, I need more.
Damn.
Yeah.
So well.
Do you know what one of his forms of evidence was?
What?
He would, like, if you had arm cancer, like if the cancer was in your arm or your fingers or skin cancer, he would remove that part of your body and put a cadaver's arm or leg onto your body.
A cadaver?
A dead person.
Oh.
He would put a dead person's body part to the living person's body part.
Yeah.
take a picture, and send it to the family.
Whoa.
Saying, look, it's healed. I'm healed. They're healed.
What the hell?
Yes. Yep. He would also hire people to sit out in the front rooms, playing cards, having drinks, chit-chatting about their day. These were people that had nothing, that were not sick at all. So that when patients would go into the cancer center, they'd see all these healthy people and think, hey, this is a great place. Like, look at all these healthy patients. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yes,
Oh my
that
God.
is, I know. Eventually, the FBI caught up to him and they figured out what he was doing, and he was arrested for mail fraud in 1940.
Mail fraud.
Mail fraud, because he was sending letters to families that...
But not anything to do with like the actual...
I know.
Did the victims
No.
get their justification? Like,
He was in jail for 4 years.
wow.
He went to jail for 4 years. You want to know what is known, though?
What?
Is that over 300 patients checked into the Norman Baker Cancer Center, and none of those people are accounted for afterwards.
As in like they died?
Yeah, yes. As in he killed them and disposed of their bodies somehow.
Wow.
Yes, that guy was something else. After he got caught for mail fraud, the hotel remained vacant for a few years, and it was purchased and sold by several people. But it was always like a little short-term periods. Until 1967, there was a fire in the hotel in the penthouse area, which was the 4th floor.
Okay.
And it took a significant part of it. This encouraged the owners of that time to renovate and repair a lot of the things that were wrong in the hotel.
Yeah.
And then it was sold to Mr. and Mrs. Robert Fegans with Resort Enterprises. They wanted to bring it back to its former glory.
Okay.
And they added modern amenities to it, and they also expanded it. And this is when the first supernatural stories started to emerge.
The first, because we heard the ones before. So these are...
Well, no. Those stories that I told you about are things that happened now while it's been a hotel. Because remember, it was a hotel for a little while back in the day when it first opened. The stories I told you about are things that have happened recently.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Yeah. To guests now and the workers now in the last few decades.
Right.
Okay. But this is
beginning.
This is when the first stories actually started to emerge.
Okay.
Before this point, maybe there were supernatural things happening, but no one had really talked about it.
Gotcha.
In 1997, the property was then purchased by the Rowanicks.
Okay.
And they embraced the hauntings and the stories. They started offering ghost tours to the public. They still own the property. This is when it was labeled America's Most Haunted Hotel.
Wow. So they use that.
Yes.
To the advantage.
17 different paranormal TV shows have featured this hotel.
Okay.
Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures are 2 of those.
Interesting.
Yes. And Ghost Hunters actually captured a full body apparition on a heat sensing camera.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to post that picture on Instagram as well. Yes. In 2019, 5 News reported a shocking discovery.
What's that?
They started building a sporting club.
Okay.
And the crew started digging, and they discovered over 400 glass bottles buried with weird concoctions and medical specimens.
Whoa.
That they believe were from the Norman years, quote unquote.
Wow.
Yeah. Sarah Eschel is a ghost tour guide there. And she told 5 News, quote, I mean, we had known that the bottles had existed before that. We had a flyer of them, and we knew they had basically been in our basement for a long time. There were rumors that Dr. Baker used to display the bottles to promote his cures.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how a bottle with an unknown specimen in it is going to promote his, look, I can cure, see?
Because he's it's like magic almost, right?
Oh, I'm a scientist, see? Look at all these bottles with stuff in them.
Science, okay, yeah, I see. But an unknown specimen, how do you...
Yeah, wait.
How do you define looking at an unknown specimen?
Sarah, the tour guide, actually said, quote, some of the specimens are still in our morgue for people to see on tours. And so it's really exciting to kind of guess what's in there as well.
I see.
Okay, but they actually do know what's in them.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a paranormal researcher named Larry Flaxman who sought help of a surgical pathologist, Dr. Charles Matthew Quick,
Okay.
who works with UAMS, which is the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences.
I see.
They verified the samples found in the bottles to be human tissue
Wow.
from some of Baker's patients. So that's what the specimens are. Human.
So they were having people guess, and I bet some people were right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But if you saw the glasses, do you think you'd be like, that's human meat? Or would
I would wonder.
Okay. Oh, it'd cross your mind.
I mean, what else could it be?
Right.
I mean, unless you see a specific, like a finger.
That would be wild.
Yeah, or a nose.
Yeah. I think that I don't really think you need like a physicist.
But I think if they needed someone to actually, well, maybe even if they see a nose,
Yeah.
you could think it's fake,
Yeah,
right?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
True.
So I can't wait to go. Oh my goodness, and actually look at them and see.
I see. Yeah.
What-
That's gonna be so fun for you. Yeah.
You're
I
just like no, thank you. Okay, so
Oh, I'd be curious too. I was more just like imagining you experiencing that.
I'll be so excited.
Yeah.
And I told my husband that we need to stay in one of these rooms because there's actually several other rooms that have activity in them.
Really?
Yes.
I'm curious if they charge for more, but you can figure
I'm
that
curious too. I haven't looked into that because I'm broke as hell right now.
out for me. Man.
But
It's okay. You're gonna get your money up, not your funny up, right?
say that one more time.
Excuse me. You're gonna get your money up, not your funny up, right?
You're trying to say I'm not funny?
Oh no, you don't. I say that all the time. Like, get your money up, not your funny up.
What does that
It's
mean?
a video of a dude, okay, and he's walking out of a store and he's holding like a bottle of liquor. Real ones know. And
Yeah, not the
he
old
looks
ones
at
like
the
me.
camera and he goes, "Get your money up, not your funny up."
What? I don't even know what that means.
Get your money up.
I still don't understand.
That's how he does it. And
Sure. Okay.
it just
Whatever that means.
It
But
just
yes,
means
I do
stop
want to
being
get
a-
my money up.
stop being a goofball and get your money up.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Or we can be like Joshua
What?
and do both.
Get my funny up and my
Boom.
I haven't even thought about that. That I didn't even think that was an option. Oh my god. Okay.
Whoa.
New mission unlocked.
Mind blown.
My money. Damn, my funny up. Okay. All
Oh my
right.
God. Dude, what do you think comedians do? This is totally off the
But
subject.
I'm not a
But
comedian
dude,
though.
but seriously, you have that potential. What do? They get the money up and the funny up.
Look, I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying. But like most, a lot of comedians are broke.
That's true.
I heard Matt Rife. You know Matt Rife,
Matt
the dude who
Rife.
blew- he was struggling. He had
He's
his
not
funny.
struggling anymore. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I don't think he's struggling in any area of his life.
That's a lie.
No way.
He's actually like, there's actually a lot of drama right now involving him.
Oh my gosh, we're totally like going.
Yeah, as you do. We'll come back to it. The specimens, the human meat. There's always time.
Human meat.
There's always time to talk about human meat. That's actually my second saying that I say all the time.
Oh, all the time. I live by those words.
I live by those words right there.
Mm-hmm. So Matt Rife, what drama?
Drama involving Matt Rife and the comedian. You can search him up. He's a guy, if you're not familiar. You see a lot of clips of him online. He's like, he does like
good-looking
really
comedian guy.
good crowd work.
Yeah,
And he like got super popular off of his interactions with crowds because of his good looks
yeah,
and his humor.
and his
And his
humor.
humor.
He's really good. He's got that wit.
Yeah.
he is on it.
He's witty.
Yeah, just like you.
Stop. I don't see
you
myself.
know what's funny is
What?
is you constantly diss me and I'm pumping you up.
Yeah, true. True. Dang.
But hey, it works.
Yeah, valid.
Feel bad. Feel bad.
I started to feel bad a little
Yeah,
bit.
go ahead. You feel bad. Make it up to me in Christmas.
Oh, I totally forgot about you. The fact that you get gifts.
You're such an asshole.
Oh my god.
You're such
We're
an
still
asshole.
doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Your birthday and Christmas.
Seriously.
Whatever.
Yep. This happens. Must happen.
I'm not gonna go into the Matt Rife drama, but if you're curious, he like some stuff going on with him, and honestly, I don't even know
Oh, that's
It was-
interesting.
yeah.
You're going into it, but you don't even know.
because
Wow.
I like there's a part of my brain that's like 5 megabytes of information regarding it, and like they're corrupted or something. So let's go back to the story instead.
It's still buffering. It'll be buffering for
Exactly.
3 days.
The Matt
And then-
Rife part of my
and then-
brain.
And then it'll just glitch out and
Exactly. Actually, you know what? I'll get sleep, and then all of a sudden I know I'm an expert on the topic.
okay.
That's more
And that'll
accurate.
be all you know.
That's
For
all
like
I
a
talk
day.
about. Yeah. Okay. What is it? What's that supposed to mean?
So, Dr. Baker
Okay.
is actually one of the apparitions that people claim to have seen in the hospital.
Okay. Whoa, really?
Yeah, and well, it's not a hospital anymore. The hotel.
The hotel.
Yes. He has been seen in a purple shirt with a linen suit that matches photographs of the doctor.
Interesting.
He actually was really a big fan of purple, apparently, because when he had the hotel, he renovated the whole place to a lot of purple.
Odd.
Weird. Yeah. There's also a nurse that pushes a gurney in the morgue. Yes, there's a morgue area that is still there, and you can go into it and look at it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, there's a nurse that pushes a gurney in that morgue area.
Yeah.
And people have claimed to hear the squeaks and rattles down the halls.
Oh my God.
How cool would that be? You look terrified, and I'm all
that
like,
is
hell
spooky.
yeah.
Yeah, no, actually. Yeah. That's so cool. I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool.
yeah, cool. There's one maintenance man who once saw all the washers and dryers turn on in the middle of the night in the laundry room.
At the same time, or like
they all turn on at the same time.
Whoa.
And the laundry room is next to, guess where?
The
morgue.
don't tell me. Oh, okay, the morgue. That was easy.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the
garden.
the place that got set on fire. The garden.
Oh, okay. So the morgue.
The morgue.
The place that I was just speaking about.
Yeah.
2 seconds ago. Yeah, that's for the laundry room.
Right.
And the morgue
right
actually still has Baker's old autopsy table in there in the walk-in freezer.
That has a vibe. I feel like that's a room you walk in and you feel.
I'm gonna get into that.
Okay.
In a little bit too, because there are people who feel.
Damn.
Yes. There is also an apparition named Theodora in room 419, which many housekeepers have claimed to have seen.
Okay.
She apparently introduces herself to them as a cancer patient. After the introductions are made, she disappears.
What? That is so odd. She only introduces. So you have a woman that introduces and a guy that's looking for his wife. Interesting.
No, he's looking for a beautiful woman.
Oh, looking for beautiful. Okay. I see.
She's also been seen fiddling with her keys outside of the room. And she has also cleaned up after guests' room after they leave.
This is why I love the idea of apparatus, entities, ghosts being like stuck energy.
Did you just say apparatus?
Is that incorrect?
Yes, it's apparitions.
What's an apparatus?
An apparatus is the technical equipment or machinery needed for a particular activity or purpose.
Same thing.
So a keyboard is an apparatus.
Same thing.
Your hair is an apparatus.
All right. You bring me up, huh? Okay.
Sometimes, most of the time.
Okay.
But hey, whenever I get the opportunity, I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, yes, you were
the
saying
apparatus.
The apparatus.
The apparatus. I love the theory that ghosts are stuck energy, and that's why, like, you know, it's repetitive cycles of that energy playing out, and that's what you feel, you know, whatever's like malevolent or like her
mischievous or just confused.
A guy looking for his beautiful girl. This anxious ghost that cleans up after people, probably a Virgo.
Probably a Virgo. I love that. Probably is though. Oh my goodness. There's also, this is sad. There's a couple, Richard and Mary Breckenridge, who lost their 4-year-old little boy.
Oh.
He had appendicitis and he died in the hotel. He has been seen in the hotel. Yeah.
Doing what?
Running around the halls.
Wow.
There was also a Dr. John Fremont Ellis that worked there as an in-house doctor. A legit guy who worked in Eureka Springs. He had his own little home that he was a doctor in. And I guess sometimes he worked at the Crescent Hotel.
Interesting.
Yep. He was an in-house doctor. And his office was in room 212, which is now room 212.
Okay.
And he used to smoke a pipe with cherry tobacco. And sometimes you can smell the cherry tobacco.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And sometimes they see him with his pipe. There's also a kitty cat.
Who's a kitty?
Named Morris that was the hotel cat.
Okay.
And he was known as the hotel general manager for 21 years.
Wow.
Until he passed away.
But he still sticks around.
He was buried on the property and people still see him and hear him.
Oh.
And that's so sweet.
Dang.
So cute. It seems like this hotel is now like a magnet, you know, because for example, like Dr. Ellis, this is not his main, it's not his home.
Right.
This was just a place that he worked in and people have seen his spirit.
Yeah.
So I feel like this has just become a magnet for spirits.
It seems that way.
Doesn't
it?
I
mean, it also, like, the fact that there's still a morgue there, like, it just seems like...
I know, and all of the things that have happened.
It's like, yeah. They're paused. It's like they're paused there.
Yeah.
Instead of death and moving on, necessarily. You know, the energy going on, continuing. It's like they're paused.
It's so interesting. One of the most interesting things that I read about this is that many believe that there's a portal on the floor above where the morgue is now.
Okay.
They feel like where I was talking about how people were feeling. They feel faint when they walk through there. Some people have passed out, just completely passed out. Some people turn really pale and fall up against the wall and then have to sit down until they can get their,
like composure.
Their composure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. These episodes don't last very long, but it does prove that there's something supernatural going on there.
Yeah.
It's affecting some people, and it doesn't affect everybody, but some of us are more prone to these kinds of things than others.
Yeah, more sensitive.
To the energy. Yeah. Not prone, but more sensitive. Yeah. In historichotels.org, it's said that a tour guide spoke out about a couple that was staying on the first floor near the governor's suite, and they said that on the second night that they were there, they went to bed. Yeah. And they slept with just a sheet covering them. When the husband woke up sweating, and he noticed that someone had tucked them in with a comforter.
Wow.
Yeah, and it happened 3 more times that night.
What the hell?
Oh, I know. Someone was like, listen,
y'all need to get cozy.
That sheet is not doing anything for you. You need to bundle up. Here's that comforter.
How does one get haunted?
I don't know. I really want to know because I want to stay in these rooms and I want a story of my own.
That room is extra expensive.
I hope not. I really hope not. Because, dude, I need to stay there. And I want to have one of my own stories. And I'll come back over here and I'll tell you all about it. Okay. Someday.
You'll call me the next day. You'll be like,
next day, I'll be calling you at 3 a.m. Oh. Dude, you won't believe what just happened to me.
True.
There's another guide who spoke about another couple that stayed in room 221. When they stepped off the elevator to the second floor, they met a man that was dressed in a Victorian style outfit. I don't know what's up with the Victorian style.
I know, but it's cool.
He greeted them and asked them if they needed any help finding their room. They thought he worked there, so they agreed. They probably thought, hey, he's dressed like the hotel is old and, So he led them to room 221. He unlocked the door and they went in and he waited at the door and moved his head from side to side. Like, okay. So they realized, we haven't tipped him. So they went and got some cash. And when they came back, he was gone.
Wow.
That's not it. The next day, they left the room to do whatever, came back, and the door wouldn't open. So like, what the hell's going on? They went to the front desk and the staff member realized that they had the wrong key. They had the key to room 321, not 221. So how the hell
did
he open that door? Yeah. Then when they talked about the guy that worked there, the one who opened the door for them, the staff member said, no such man works here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Isn't that just whoa?
Yeah, that is whoa.
Steve Garrison is the cook that has been working at the hotel for over 14 years. And he said that he's never been much of a believer of these stories. Okay. He's Mr. Skeptic, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Well, one morning, he was chopping up some veggies when he looked up and he saw a little boy with pop bottle glasses. You know what those are? Like the
pop bottle glasses?
The really thick glasses.
Oh, pop bottle. They're like the super thick glass. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. And the eyes look all weird.
Yeah. They look really huge.
Yeah.
He was dressed in old-fashioned clothes, running and skipping around the kitchen.
Yeah. And then what? That was it? Just like... And then the boy disappeared or what? I'm confused.
Yeah, and then I guess he just
saw a boy once?
He just saw a little boy, but that's not it.
What?
Another morning, he turned the lights on in the kitchen and most of the pots and pans went flying off their hooks.
Wow. That's mischievous. That's mischievous.
Yes. Yep, and poor guy had to clean them all up.
Dang.
The most recent is in 2017. According to 5 News, on June 11th, William Thomas, a 62-year-old man from Webb City, Missouri, was visiting the hotel and he fell to his death from the 4th floor.
What? I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm a little like the 4s and the 2s and the 8s, like 281 is the first one.
221.
221. And then you have
419. Yeah. Well, what does that mean? What?
I don't know. I'm just seeing like the consistent 2.
And the 4th floor is where the fire happened.
Yeah, the 4th floor of the fire. 4th floor he fell.
The police chief, Thomas Accord, said the man walked out of the bar and fell over the railing at the top of the staircase. We know he had been in the bar on top of the Crescent. Okay. And we know his wife was with him. That's about all they know. That's what he said.
Wow. There's nothing from the wife at all?
No. I looked up because apparently there was an autopsy done as well.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find the autopsy report, and every article I found was just the same wording, the same.
Okay,
thing.
right. Like there's a report.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything after this.
I see.
So more details, please, but nothing.
Yeah.
911 was called right after at 11 p.m. like right after 11 p.m. and his body was taken to Eureka Springs Hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Dang.
Yeah. Another fall.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Mm-hmm. So far we know falling. We know the 4th floor.
Was it an accidental fall, or did his wife push him because she's like, "Hey, things happen over here.
True.
Die, motherfucker."
That's actually like a interesting point, though.
Right?
Some people have definitely thought like that before. Like that's definitely been a line of thought that's happened. I'm sure people have thought like that before.
I thought about that, and I'm like, I wonder.
Here, you know? So like Pink Panther, baby. Dum, dum, pushing someone to their death.
It was a ghost. I don't know. Although the hotel centers around all of this supernatural activity, and they have ghost tour guides and ghost tours and everything like that, they also host weddings there and other events that people like birthdays or whatever.
Okay.
They also have hike trails and spa activities for guests that go there for the beauty.
Yeah.
And not for the supernatural things.
Okay.
So that is all I have for the Crescent Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That was shocking. I have never heard of it.
Neither had I. I had never heard of it either until my husband mentioned it to me, and he's like, "You need to look into that."
I will guarantee some further like research into like
the freemasonry,
more symbolism that could be there, and maybe people have their theories of their own because like people like.
I'm so interested in that. If you guys have any theories, please write to us. If you want to comment on Instagram, or if you want to send us an email at shiversintheshadows@gmail.com, whatever. Please, that would be because all of this information is so interesting. I bet
people have their own theories online though. Like if we find interesting theories or come up with our own, we should definitely talk about that.
Definitely. Okay.
That was a beyond interesting story.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So what I find so interesting is I feel personally that the whole Dr. Baker and everything that he did there brought a bunch of negative energy and darkness.
Yeah.
That has become like a foundation to the hotel, I feel like.
I don't know. I think I don't know. For some reason, I feel like everything he did just maybe did bring negative energy for sure. But like, I don't know, this mischievous. A lot of the energy isn't malevolent.
Yes, I think, and I believe that is because the actual souls that have departed are not dark souls.
But I bet there like some definitely are. And maybe these falls aren't falls, but pushes. You know what I mean? I don't know, I'm sounding kind of like woo-woo now. I don't necessarily believe that there's a ghosts out here that are pushing people. But if there are ghosts here, it makes sense. Now and then.
What if that limestone in the magnetic field it produces, maybe that is what's holding them down?
Maybe.
There's also a magnetic spring in Eureka Springs.
A magnetic spring? What does that mean?
It has magnetism in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. So you can feel pulling when you're in or something?
It's a spring.
Yeah.
It's not very big. Not something that you can dive into. I'll post a picture of that as well.
Interesting.
On Instagram. It's called the magnetic spring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know how that works, honestly.
Me too. Apparently this whole little area has a lot of magnetism in it.
Like the terminology of magnet and magnetic things like that, or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they said the Crescent Hotel was built by limestone that gives off magnetic energy.
Interesting.
Then there's the magnetic spring that has magnetic particles in it. It's just really interesting.
It is.
I wonder what else.
I'm looking for patterns in my head.
Trying to make the connections, zapping.
Like, did Norman Baker do anything with magnets, maybe?
Well, he was just an evil doctor.
I know.
I mean, not doctor. He was just an evil man. I know he had inventions. He had created some inventions, but I didn't feel like diving into that.
I see.
Because most of what he did here had nothing to do with his inventions and more about his horrible...
Yeah, the atrocities.
Creative, morbid things that he did. I just don't even know how to describe that, but...
If you guys are looking for a good vacation spot, consider the Crescent Hotel.
For sure. If you're into all of this, like I am, for sure.
I cannot wait to hear what you update. I don't know. I'm really curious.
We will definitely update you guys.
I want to be.
Why do you want to be skeptical?
Because I'd love to be proven wrong. I love to be proven wrong. So you experiencing something and coming back and talking about it would be awesome.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our episode, and I hope you come back to us for the next one, where will be a true crime story. Enjoy all of your Christmas shopping.
And your grocery shopping and in your taxes.
Yeah, have fun doing all that in December. Mm-hmm. Sure. All right.
I do like the idea of people like doing their Christmas shopping, and in the background it's just like, you know, hearing about ghosts and paranormal activities.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There
I
are
hope you
spooky
are.
people, spooky lovers out there, you know?
Heck yeah. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.